Hi, I'm Maeve. Hello wonderful people of the internet, my name is Maeve, and today I really want to talk about an issue that's been on my mind. Today we're going to be talking about TIFIOs, or as most of you normal people probably know it, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Now if you have not read The Fault in Our Stars, no worries, I will not have any terribly annoying spoilers. First off, I want to congratulate John Green for writing such a terrific book. In the past, I've been a little ambivalent about his writing. I mean, I've always liked Looking for Alaska, but, you know, this is a good book too, so good for you. So for those of you who don't know, The Fault in Our Stars is about a girl named Hazel who has cancer, who meets a boy named Augustus who is in remission from cancer, and they have an adorable and quirky, but completely, oddly enough, realistic love story. So it's really cute, and it's young adult. It's really good. Now, the first issue that I have with this book is that in the book, Hazel makes Augustus read a book that she loves. So there's a book within a book, and it's called An Imperial Affliction. And, well, a lot of us were really saddened to find out that there is no such book. The Imperial Affliction is about a girl named Anna who dies of cancer. Or we assume so. We don't really ever get told if she's dead or not. We just kind of assume because at the end of or Hazel assumes, because at the end of the Imperial Affliction, well, there is no end. It just kind of ends in the middle of a sentence, kind of to imply that she's either died or gotten too sick to finish writing. So Hazel goes on this epic quest to find the author and ask him what happened to Anna's mother and her hamster. Now, while all the nerd fighters I know are planning to write An Imperial Affliction, we were all very disappointed to find that TIFIOs did not end in the middle of a sentence. I do want to follow up on this later when everybody in the wide world has read this book, because there's more that I have to say about the ending, but I feel like that's not fair, so I'll leave that for now. Another thing I found distracting in this book was math. Now, neither of the main characters are brilliant mathematicians. Actually, none of them really are. But there were a few times when numbers were used, and I became really confused. Specifically, the first line in the book. Oh, by the way, I went to the TIFIOs tour in New York City, and so that's why I have my copy. And I have a little J scribble and a hanklerfish. So the first line of the book is, late in the winter of my 17th year, my mother decided I was depressed. Okay, you know, solid start. You know, interesting. I want to keep reading. You know, it sounds like a good book. She's 17. Okay, that's my age. I'm cool with that. I can read a book about a 17-year-old. Let's keep reading, shall we? Okay, so blah blah blah, support group, blah blah blah, God's heart, blah blah blah. Just went too far. Then we introduced ourselves. Name, age, diagnosis, and how we were doing today. I'm Hazel, I'd say when they got to me. 16. Thyroid originally, but with an impressive and long-settled satellite colony in my lungs, and what? I thought you said you were just 17, what? Book. So when I'm reading this, I'm on the train coming home from the city, and I'm like, John Green can't count. And it wasn't until later when I was brushing my teeth that I figured it out, and I understood. From the time that you're born to the time that you're 1 year old, that you have like a birthday, you are in your first year of life. Like, you are working for that whole 365 days towards earning a year on your life. So Hazel, having completed 16 years of life and being 16, is in her 17th year of life. Keep up the good work, Hazel. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah, Imperial Affliction, Patrick's balls, God's heart. Here we go. Okay. I walked into the circle and sat down next to Isaac, 2 seats away from the boy. I glanced again. He was still watching me. Okay, so aside from the fact that the way that Augustus is introduced, he reminds me a lot of Edward Cullen. Pay attention to where she's sitting, because later... Patrick continued, then finally it was time for introductions. Isaac, perhaps you'd like to go first today. I know you're facing a challenge. Isaac's here, Hazel's here, Augustus is here. Okay, let's just make that assumption. Okay, and let's assume that they went on a circle like, that they would go around in a circle when introducing themselves, like they did 5 pages earlier. So the next person to go would either have to be the staring boy, aka Augustus, or Hazel. But no, it's Michael. And then Lida. Lida? And then 5 others before they get to Augustus. So either they don't have a consistent way of doing introductions, or John Green can't count. Either way, fantastic book. Go buy it, go read it. There's no longer a typo in the author's note. You can have a grammatically correct author's note. Look at you. You should go buy it. Go buy it right now. Go today. Yeah. In John Green's collab book with David Levithan, Will Grayson, there is a character named Hazel at the musical auditions. The last auditionee is a diminutive, large-eyed creature named Hazel, who sings a song from Rent. I know this book takes place near Chicago and that one takes place in Indianapolis, but it's good enough for me. It was written in the John Green section. He's had Hazel on his brain since forever. So, yeah.